It's almost 2026, so here is exactly how to sign clients from YouTube. So we're going to go through structure first, which is top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, and then my little secret that I use for my done for you YouTube clients. Then CTAs, 2026 trends, CTR, trust crisis, and then how to use the trust crisis to your advantage. So first, let's start with structure. We have top of funnel first. Then we have middle of funnel, and then we have bottom of funnel. Now, the problem that most creators or online coaches that are using YouTube to sign clients, or yourself if you're an agency or a consultant, the biggest mistake people make with top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel is that they're looking for views over booked calls. So I'm going to go through exactly how to use it for booked calls rather than just getting views, because views don't mean anything if you're not turning those views into buyers. So we have top of funnel first. For this, what you're going to want to start doing is posting how-to videos. And I don't mean any how-to videos. For these how-to videos, you take your 12 most frequently asked questions from your exact ICP. And that is the key. It needs to be from your ICP because you want to structure every video to target only your ICP. And this is why views aren't important. What is important is who's watching, which is now going to be your ICP. So take your 12 most asked questions, once again, from your ICP and turn them into how-to videos. Now that you've done that, these videos are gold for search. And the reason for that is as soon as they have a question, they go straight to YouTube to find the answer. And if you're not posting these videos, then someone else in your niche will be. And that person is most likely a client of ours for our done for you YouTube offer. So make sure you're doing this if you're not already. Now, the second main benefit is that because people will be searching these videos every single day to try to find the answer, these videos are evergreen, which means in 1, in 2, or even 5 years, this video will still be generating hundreds of views every single day and starting your whole YouTube sales system. Next, we have middle of funnel content. And this is your typical why video. The goal of this video is to get the viewer to think to themselves, this is exactly who I want to learn from. You want to position yourself as the authority in your space. You want to talk about statistics. You want to answer some questions too. But the main goal of this is to just position yourself as the authority in your niche so that when a viewer comes to your video, which will now be your ICP, they'll say to themselves, this is exactly who I want to learn from. And they're going to go through binge watching all of your YouTube videos. Next, we have bottom of funnel, which is client interviews. Once again, the goal of this is to get the viewer to think to themselves, this is exactly what I want and need. You want to show your results that you've generated for your clients, but you want to also structure it in an interview sort of way so that you're speaking to your client and you can upload that to YouTube. Now, when your ICP has gone from your top of funnel how-to video where you answered their question, they now are in your middle of funnel, which is where you build the authority with them and show them that you're the person that they should learn from. And then from that, they go to your client interviews and they think to themselves, this is exactly what I need. And this is the person I want to get the results from. Now, a key thing to this structure, which no one speaks about and no one does. We do this first for all of our clients, and it's the most important thing because it's what turns viewers into buyers, and it's a mega course. This is a 1 hour to 1 hour and a half. Give it all away video. Don't hold back. You give away all of your knowledge in your niche that you know, so that when your ICP comes across this mega course from you pushing it out from your middle of funnel, top of funnel, and bottom of funnel, they watch an hour to an hour and a half video where you give away all of your knowledge, all of the value you have to this ICP. If that person doesn't close today, they'll close in a year. But the goal of this is anyone that's watching this is going to like you, is going to trust you, and is going to want to buy from you because they've gone through the whole YouTube sales system, to where they've got to this point now. They've watched an hour of your content and they're ready to buy from you. Okay, next we have CTAs, which I'd say is the second most important part of this whole process. Most of you guys are implementing your CTAs 80% or at the end of your videos. Now, the problem with this is, and you can check this in YouTube Studio, is that 80% of people don't make it to the end of your video. 80% of people have already bounced from your video before you've even mentioned what you offer. So, say a viewer joins, even if it's ICP, and they're watching your content, they're watching your video on YouTube. They're around 10 minutes in, but the video is 13 minutes. If you still haven't said your CTA and they leave that video, they've just got 10 minutes of value from you. They might have even been ready to buy, but you haven't guided them to the natural next step that they should have taken in time before they've clicked off that video. So what you're going to want to do, and what we do for all of our done for you YouTube clients, is implement a CTA 30% into the video and implement a CTA 70% into the video. And then you can also implement one at the very end, just for the people that do watch to the end. But the key of doing this is that even if someone's just watched 30, let's say a video is 10 minutes long, if someone's watched 3 minutes and a half, for example, they're going to already hear your CTA. And you want to make it feel natural. That's another thing I was going to get to. You have to make your CTA be natural and sound like the natural next step. So what I could do for this, for example, say when we were speaking about the mega course, I could have mentioned this does take a long time to create. You have to manage all of the freelancers you'd have to hire. You have to create the script. You have to get someone to do the editing. And throughout that whole process, you have to manage all of these people. What I could have said is, well, for my done for you YouTube offer, that's exactly what we do. We do everything for you for your YouTube sales system other than the recorder. And that's how you would tie it in. So you want to make it feel natural by tying it into the thing you were just speaking about before. And if you're not doing this, it's going to feel too salesy. And people won't want to buy from you, especially because of the trust crisis right now, which we'll get into later. Next, we have 2026 trends. YouTube isn't how it used to be. For example, thumbnails, even 2 years ago, were highly edited. They were filled with AI. The backgrounds were massive skyscrapers, and just everything to do with the thumbnail was completely fake, and people loved that. People clicked on it. The click-through rate was extremely high. Now, that doesn't work. We are going through a phase in YouTube where creators need to be authentic. And while being authentic, they obviously need their titles and their thumbnails to be authentic too, which once again we'll speak about in the next section, which is CTR as well. But another thing with thumbnails, you want 4 words or less. But once again, the key thing, keep it authentic. Don't make it too fake. Don't make it all AI. Just keep it nice, authentic, and make the thumbnail explain the whole video you're about to record in only 1 picture and 4 or less words. Make it stand out because 80% of viewers have their YouTube on dark mode. So if you put a lighter thumbnail, it will perform a lot better than a darker one because it stands out more and makes people click more. Okay, so the next thing we're going to speak about is CTR because we're kind of talking about that already. CTR is the click-through rate, which comes from your thumbnails and your titles. For titles, you don't want to make it too long. You ideally want to make it 1 line on the YouTube recommended page. You also want to explain what your whole video is about. If you're doing top of funnel, I've already told you, do how-to videos. If you're doing middle of funnel, then do why videos. Keep the title simple and make the viewer want to click on it out of curiosity. And then bottom of funnel, obviously just something about the client success. And why not add this in? For the mega course, you want to obviously once again just speak about what the course is about. Maybe name it 1 hour and a half fully free course about, or beginner's tutorial on how to, examples like that. Then we have the thumbnail, which we've just covered, so I'm not going to waste your time and speak about that, but make sure, once again, 4 words or less, and make sure that you build curiosity within your thumbnail and your title. Make sure they also link together so that the viewer knows exactly what they're going into the video for. Now, this isn't on the list of what I was speaking about today, but make sure your video has everything you promised in the title and the thumbnail. Otherwise, your average view duration will be low. People will click off the video and the video won't perform well, and your video will be wasted. Next, we have the trust crisis, which is what we're going through right now in the online coaching space, or courses online in general. Right now, many people have been scammed, whether that's from a coaching offer or whether that's from a course. This has made many people that are selling B2C find it very difficult to sign new clients because people aren't trusting them. So what we're going to take from that is that trust is gone. And what we're not going to do is what everyone else is doing, which is chasing trust, trying to build as much trust with everyone as possible, because it simply hasn't been working. So what's left after trust? Authority. And the best thing about 2026 is that YouTube, like we spoke about earlier, is following a pattern where authority is key. Speaking to the audience like I'm speaking to you right now, that is key right now. So what you're going to want to do is forget about building trust. It's harder than ever to build trust with your audience right now, and with new audience too. So you're going to focus purely on authority and value. In all of your videos, you want to give them as much value away as possible. If someone DMs you, you want to give them as much value as possible. Don't try and build trust with them, because even by giving them value, you still won't build trust. Of course, the rare occasion you will, but overall, looking at it from the market right now, once again, there's a trust crisis going on. So focus on the value you're providing and focus on how you're providing that value. If you get these two things down on YouTube right now, you're going to be ahead of 99 coaches, 99% of coaches, 99% of agencies, 99% of consultants, whatever and whoever you are. If you want clients from YouTube, follow these two exact things, because it's what we've been doing for all of our done for you clients. And if you are interested, check the link in the description, because we do all of this for you so that you don't even have to think about it. But finally, we have how to use the trust crisis to your advantage. Like I've just mentioned, you want to use authority and you want to use value to your advantage. And how you're going to do that is by doing exactly what I'm doing right now. Put the camera down, record a straight up video, and talk to your customer. You can still include edits. We still include edits for our clients, but we've minimalized it by a lot. Same with the titles. Same with the thumbnails. We don't want clickbait anymore, because that's not valuable to the client and it's not authentic. Same with the titles. We don't want clickbait, because it's not going to bring anything to you. Plus, in a YouTube standpoint of things, your AVD will be less than 30%, which is what you're aiming for. By the way, just to add this in, click-through rate, you want to aim for 5% minimum per video. If you're not hitting that, you need to adjust your titles and thumbnails. Same with average view duration of 30%. But once again, I don't really need to go through this too much. Focus on presenting yourself as the authoritative figure in your space, and present yourself as a valuable. Give as much value as you can. Give away all of the information that you have, so that people and viewers and your ICP click on your videos and they get exactly what they were promised by the title and thumbnail. And if you do this and follow the structure, everything will work out. But if you're interested in working with me, check the link below.